Just because you love somebody does not mean that you are responsible for their happiness. You're responsible for your happiness. Hey, hi, I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by. I'm pretty sweaty because I've been working hard and I'm taking a little break. And was just thinking about how often we use people we love as excuses for not caring for ourselves. This has been a reoccurring theme for me. I even wrote a song about it. Like to hear it go? Uh-huh. That's an inside joke. Anyway, it's called Find Someone. If you're interested, I did write that song. But in any case, I'm not going to sing it for you right this minute. But I did want to talk about how important it is to love ourselves first, and how that does not make you a bad person or selfish. In fact, loving yourself first is the best thing you can do for the people that you love. Because if you put people you love before yourself, if you put their health and happiness before your own health and happiness, all it does is create this negative loop of resentment and codependence and all kinds of negative things, basically. I mean, it can have some positives too, but overall, it is far less wholesome, less forward-moving. I'm looking for the word and not finding it, but it backfires. It's self-sabotage to use somebody you love as an excuse for not loving yourself or for not treating yourself right. Or to take responsibility to think that somebody else's happiness, whether it's your children or your spouse or your parents or your teacher or the whole world, which I've been reflecting on. Who am I a caregiver to? Because I think I do better than some. That was judgmental, wasn't it? I think I have been less apt to put other people first than many females that I know in this life. And early on, I was pretty sure about loving myself and bringing that joy into the world, and that is the gift that I can give and that's the most valuable to the world. However, I sometimes get hung up on this sense of needing to serve other people or needing to make other people happy or need to figure out what other people need at the expense of my own happiness, my own well-being, or my own peace of mind. And I need to knock that off. And you need to knock it off too. We all need to knock it off. Or at least try to reduce it. I mean, maybe we won't knock it off because clearly there's something to it that keeps it reoccurring. However, as I grow into my whole self, which it seems like was the whole self I was when I was 3 and 4 years old. So it's interesting how it seems like we are born into that, and then we go through these cycles of conditioning where we learn from society and from our families that and from our friends that maybe we're supposed to be putting other people's happiness before our own and other people's health before our own. And indeed, it is fulfilling to feel like you're serving. It's both, as I like to say. There is an element of fulfillment and sense of purpose that can come from being of service to the universe. However, if you're not putting yourself first, your own health and happiness, you're shortchanging the whole world and everyone that you love of your best self, basically. So the best way to serve everyone else or just the one person that you love the most, whatever it is to love yourself first. Love yourself most. Take care of yourself first. Just like the oxygen mask analogy in the airplane. You can't help your child or your spouse or anyone else if you're dead or out of air. So you got to put your mask on first. And similarly, you got to make yourself right first. You got to make sure that you're healthy and happy first and foremost. And then I feel like just by that example, you give others permission to take care of themselves. But also, you're more equipped, more calm, more powerful, all the things that someone else might benefit from when it comes to being of assistance to anyone else, or giving of yourself in any way, shape, or form. I'm a massage therapist, so I love making people feel good. I love that sense of purpose I get from feeling like I helped someone heal themselves. What I found is that if I give myself to that in a way that hurts me or in a way that makes me less, then then I'm less valued by those people that I'm giving to, and in fact I am bringing less value. Whereas if I am healthy and happy and vibrant and full of my own essence, then when I go to give somebody pleasure or joy or of my time or energy, they get so much more out of it. And so do I. I'm not reduced, and neither are they. I've been in several relationships in this lifetime where I try to give myself to the relationship, and I see people doing this every day around me, where they think, I'm going to give myself to the relationship. I'm going to sacrifice my dreams, sacrifice my happiness, sacrifice my time to give to my partner, to give to my child, or to give to my parents. And often the person you're giving to ends up resenting. Never mind that you might resent them in deep down somewhere. Even if you don't, put that aside. It's too much pressure for someone else to feel like that their happiness is, that your happiness is hinging on their happiness. It just mucks the whole thing up. So a better plan is to set yourself right every day, and just like brushing your teeth or washing your feet, it needs to be a routine that you do regularly, because things are going to come up. You're going to wobble sometimes. You're not going to have your best day every day, probably. And amidst that, though, if you make sure that you reset yourself, take care of yourself, do your exercises, do your mantras, clean your body, stretch your body, strengthen your body, whatever you need to do, take care of your dreams, your work, and then you're going to find you have so much more energy to give, so much more love to give, so much more positivity to give those that you love, that you want to give to. I've found lately, when I was examining that idea, that I have this sense that I need to give to the world, that I'm a caretaker for the earth and a caretaker for my fellow human beings. And to some extent that's true. We all are, really, right? But I think I have been less able to give as much as I want to, because I've been weak. I've been hurt. I've been out of shape. Lots of things in this life. And that's okay. I'm human, just like you. It's okay if you're any of those things. However, in realizing that, and as I practice more and more taking care of my own needs first, taking care of my own happiness first, my own sense of fulfillment, my own sense of purpose, and making sure that I don't put anyone else first, as tempting as it is, then I have so much more to give. I'm so much more alive. I'm so much more full of love. I'm so much happier and able to help my fellow human beings, to help care for the earth, all the things I want to do that make me feel fulfilled, that I think it gets flipped around a lot of times. That's my 2 cents for right now. I'd love to know what you think of it. Are you caregiving for someone? Are you putting someone else's needs before your own? And do you think that if you started putting your own needs before everyone else's needs, that you might be able to provide for those you care for, like your children or your parents or your spouse, even better? You'd be a more calm, powerful, happy, vibrant being, that then you can offer that to those you love? Let me know in the comments. I want to know your thoughts about it. As always, you can find ways to connect to me and ways to support me and ways to hire me in the description below. And until next time, I wish you peace, self-love, self-care, laughter, lightness, creativity, joy, calm. And don't forget to play every day.